Narration, direct and indirect speech part 2. In order to understand this video, you must watch first video. Without that, you cannot understand this part. So now watch and subscribe in classes. Personal pronouns are changed according to a rule designated as son. Remember this word son. S is used for subject, O is object, and N is no change. So try to understand, while changing into indirect speech, the personal pronouns are changed as per following. First person pronoun, first person. Pronoun is changed according to the subject of the reporting verb. According to subject of reporting verb. Second is that second person. First person is I and we. Second person is you. It changed according to the object of reporting verb. So first is that first person pronoun changed according to the subject of the reporting verb. Second person is changed according to the object of the reporting verb. And third is third person is unchanged. Now we understand what is the meaning of this son. So son indicate S is for subject, O is for object, and N no change. So subject first person pronoun is changed according to the subject of the reporting verb, and second person is changed according to the object of the reporting verb, and third person there is no change. So remember, in short, is the first person, second person, and third person. I hope you have understood it. So in the second, so let me give you examples so that you will better understand. So in the first, what I told you, that the first person change according to the subject of the reporting verb. See here the first sentence. She says, I am in 10th class. So here she is the subject of the reporting verb, and I is the subject of the reported speech. So when we change it to the indirect, so see here, she says that she. Why I use it in place of I, she here? Because this will change according to the subject of the reporting verb. So she is in 10th class. So how it changes? Because this is in the present and this will also remain in present. So this is how the first person changed according to the subject of the reporting verb. Now the second is that the second person changed according to the object of the reporting verb. She says to me, you have done your work. She says to me, you have done your work. She tells me, because says to, which I have earlier told you that says to will change into tells. She tells me that I have done my work, because here it is me. She says to me. When this is to me, so this will me will change into I. So she tells me that I have done my work. So this you changed into I because this is the second person, and second person changed according to the object of the reporting verb. One more example, if I give, suppose she says to her, you have done your work. She says to her, you have done your work. Now see, she says to her that she has done work. She has done work. I say to them, you have done your work. I say to them, you have done your work. I say to them that they have done their work. I hope you understood it. Now the third thing is that how to change the third person. She says, she is here the third person. She does not work hard. What I told you, that third person remains unchanged. Remember that formula, son. S for subject, O for object, N for no change. So it is for no change. She says that she does not work hard. So she remains unchanged because this is third person. Now, this was the second rule. Now the rule third. Now rule 3. If the reporting verb is in the past, if the reporting verb is in the past, the tense of the reporting speech changes as. I'll give the example. Present indefinite will change into past indefinite. Let me give the example. He said, I am ill today. He said, I am ill today. So here said is used. That means a reporting verb is in the past. Now this will change accordingly. He said that. So I will change according to the subject of the reporting verb. He. In front of he, we cannot use am. So in order to change this into the past, we will use he was ill. Today will change into that day. So he said, I am ill today. He said that he was ill that day. So that means present indefinite changed into past indefinite. Now there are some exceptional rules. Exception number 1. So what is this exception? If reporting speech has universal truth, or habitual fact, or proverb, or mathematical fact, or expression of morality. Then the reported speech remains unchanged. Remember this thing. If reporting speech has universal truth, habitual fact, proverb, mathematical fact, or expression of morality, then the reported speech remains unchanged. Let me give you the example of each. The teacher said, the earth is round. So the teacher said that the earth is round. So this will remain unchanged. The earth is round. Why? Because this is universal truth. Remember. So in universal truth, we are not changing the reported speech. Another example of the habitual action. Rafi said to me. Rafi said to me, he plays with right hand. He plays with right hand. Now this is habitual fact. This will also remain unchanged. So Rafi said will change into told. Told me that he plays with right hand. See here again, this is unchanged. So why this unchanged? Because I told you this is habitual fact. Similarly, we use it with the proverbs. Suppose he said, honesty is the best policy. So he said that honesty is the best policy. Again, this is unchanged. Why? Because this is the proverb. So one more thing which I told you, the historical fact. Historical fact is, suppose our teacher said Ashoka left war after conquering Kalinga. So in the same way, our teacher said that Ashoka left war after conquering Kalinga. So in all these sentences, what you have seen that these are the exceptional cases in which the reported speech remains unchanged. I hope that you have understood it. Now the mathematical fact. Suppose the teacher said 2 and 2 makes 4. So this is a mathematical fact. The teacher said that 2 and 2 makes 4. So these were some exceptional rules. One more thing you should remember, that if reporting speech has 2 actions to be happening at the same time, then there is no change in the tense. Suppose she said my wife was making lunch. So this is one action. My wife was making lunch when I was studying. So these are the 2 actions at the same time. So when we change it into the indirect, she said that so my will change. Yes, she said that her wife was making lunch. Her wife was making lunch when he was studying. So 2 actions at the same time. So we are not changing here the tense. Remember this thing. One more thing is that which you should remember, that if reporting speech has some imagined condition, then there is no change in the tense. Suppose she said, if I were rich, I would help him. Remember this thing, very important. She said, this is imagination. She said, if I were rich, if I were rich, I would. If I were rich, I would help him. Help him. So again, this is unchanged. She said that if she were rich, she would help him. So in all these ways, we are not changing the reported speech. Understand? Now, as you know that the tenses we change from present to the past. Present indefinite change into the past indefinite. Present continuous in the past continuous. Present perfect in the past perfect. And present perfect continuous changed into the past perfect continuous. Now, rule 4 is that we use it in tenses. So, present indefinite, which I have given you the example, changed into the past indefinite. Present continuous changed to past continuous. Present perfect, past perfect. Present perfect continuous, past perfect continuous. Past simple changed to past perfect. Past continuous changed to past perfect continuous. Past perfect remains unchanged. Past perfect continuous also remains unchanged. इसके लिए आपको टेंसेस अच्छे से पढ़ने हैं, फिर ये आसान है वो रूल्स जिसमें अप्लाई करने हैं, कौन सा सब्जेक्ट कैसे इस्तेमाल करना है और वर्ब्स अकॉर्डिंगली इनमें चेंज करने हैं. So I'll give few examples so that you'll understand it. See the present continuous. He said, I am going to Srinagar. He said, I am going to Srinagar. So this will change. He said that he was going Srinagar. He was going to Srinagar. So this is present continuous sentence changed into the past continuous sentence. Similarly, if the sentence is in present perfect, suppose he said to me, I have completed my work. I have completed my work is present perfect sentence. Now he said, he told me, said will change into told. He told me that I will change according to the subject of reporting verb. That he, now he had, because present perfect will change to past perfect. He had completed his work. He had completed his work. Now similarly, if we see the present perfect continuous, he said, I have been learning English grammar. He said, I have been learning English grammar. So he said that he had been learning English grammar. So this is how we change these tenses present to past. Now if the sentence is given in the past, past simple, so how we will change that? See, past simple, which I told you, changed into past perfect. Past simple into past perfect. She said, I ate food. So here is ate, second form of the verb, that's the sentence is in the past. So we'll change the past perfect. If you remember the formula of the past perfect, we use had plus V3, that is the third form of the verb. So she said that she had eaten food. So one more example I will give you in the past continuous. Past continuous changed into past perfect continuous. If you know the formula, we use had been plus third form of the verb. So example, he said the peon was ringing the bell. The peon was ringing the bell. The sentence is in the past continuous, so we will use it in the past perfect continuous. Said that the formula, the peon had been ringing the bell. Now the rule fifth we use with the interrogative sentences.
Now, how to change interrogative and exclamatory sentence? Watch part third, which is very important. Thank you.